Singer Nicki Minaj is a Christian, made a lot of news lately, was enraged by Don Lemon's stunt, writing, "Don Lemon is disgusting. How dare you? I want that thug in jail. He would never do that to any other religion." And she's got a great point about that. Do you know what Don Lemon said in response to that to Nicki Minaj, a black singer? He called her a racist. The Border Czar Tom Homan joins us tonight. Sir, good to have you back on. No question in my mind, these protesters violated the FACE Act. If we're going to throw old ladies in prison for years for praying and singing at abortion clinics, I think these people belong in prison as well. What are your thoughts?
Well, you're absolutely correct, and the DOJ needs to take this seriously. You know what's really telling is, since January, the whole past year, the left has accused ICE of raiding hospitals, or raiding elementary schools, and raiding churches. And they can't, there's been no incident where we ever raided an elementary school, a hospital, or a church. But look who is raiding a church. It's actually them. So it's very telling that they would accuse us of this and they're actually ones doing it. Don Lemon, look, his career went down the tubes. He's trying to be relevant. It's really quite pathetic, how he's trying to be relevant and he's not. He's a joke.
Yeah, and I think he committed a crime trying to stay viable and stay relevant in his industry of podcasting. I think it's quite clear. You can't march into a church and start screaming and antagonizing and terrorizing people and calling them not Christian because they don't support a borderless, lawless society. You can't do that. There's a very clear law against it, and
look,
it's faithfully enforced, by the way.
Yeah, and this whole language about the nationalists, the white this. I can tell you for a fact that I was contacted by 9 black pastors in Chicago, begging ICE to come to Chicago. Yeah. 9. So, the black community supports ICE too because they realize we're a nation of laws. Illegal aliens take a lot of services that they're not eligible for, and it hurts the black community. They take away jobs. They take away services. Yeah. So many leaders of the black community support ICE and what we're doing.
Yeah, I think most people actually do. I just think that all of this noise is being manufactured to make people believe that there's broad outrage against just basic immigration laws in this country, and that's not the case. And that's what is so dangerous and so brilliant about what they're doing, is that it is impactful, that it is working. It's working to turn the needle against having immigration law in this country, which is what I think they really want. They want to destabilize the country, and this is a great way to do it. That's the brilliance of this plan. Last week, I want to ask you this question. Axios claimed that the president doesn't like some of the optics of these ICE operations. Is there any truth to that?
No, I met with the president this morning, just before the press conference. I knew it would be one hell of a press conference because he was all fired up. Look, the president is keeping his promise to the American people to run the biggest deportation operation in the history of this nation. We already have record numbers. We already broke every year's record in the past. And look, what the media is not telling you, I know you guys are supporting it. The facts are 70% of everybody arrested is a criminal, either got criminal convictions or pending criminal charges. That's a higher percentage than it was during any other administration, including the Obama administration. So we're going to continue doing what we're doing. As far as the protests of these agitators and these crazy people on the left, what have they achieved? They've achieved nothing because ICE is actually they achieved one thing. We're doubling resources in Minnesota. So that's what they achieved, but we're not going to stop doing what we're doing. We're going to be out there tonight. We're going to be out there tomorrow. We're going to be out there every day, taking them bad people off the street. We are not going to stop what we're doing.
The Attorney General in Minnesota, Keith Ellison, who should be under investigation for a couple different reasons, is making it very clear that they are going to go after your agents. Take a listen to this.
I just want to be clear. The state has every right to investigate this matter and prosecute this matter. The state has every right.
What's your reaction to that?
Whatever. I mean, these people, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Federal law is always going to trump state law. So look, we're going to stop doing what we're doing. I tell you, now they want their police officers to arrest ICE.
Yeah.
Look, impeding ICE officers, interfering with ICE officers, it's a felony. And whether you got a badge or not, it's a felony. So look, I wish they would work with us. How can Minnesota fix this? Work with us. Let us in the jail to arrest the public safety threat and the safety and security of a jail. Safer for the agent, safer
And you'll
for the
pull out,
alien,
right?
safer for the community.
And what,
More agents in the jail means less agents in the community.
Yeah.
We're not going to totally leave Minnesota regardless, but more agents in the jail means less agents in the community. And one agent can arrest one public safety threat in the jail, but we got to go community, we got to send the whole team. So we're increasing resources because they're forcing us into that dangerous situation.
They're making it even worse. I have one more thing to show you here. It's 2015. Barack Obama awarded you the Presidential Rank Award for Distinguished Service, highest civil service honor for your leadership in ICE's enforcement and removal operations. That's a picture of you about 10 years ago. You're called a fascist now for doing a job that Barack Obama gave you an award for. Doesn't that tell the whole story?
It absolutely does. I got that award because we had a record number of deportations, 409,000, a record, and we've since broken that record since Trump's been in office. But yeah, I was awarded that for my efficiency on deporting illegal aliens. I mean, the first line of the Washington Post article is Tom Homan deports people. He's really good at it. Now I'm a Nazi, I'm a racist, and I'm just a terrible guy. But I don't care what people are thinking about me. I want to keep deporting people. I
didn't know Obama was a fascist Nazi. I had never heard that. So it's an interesting development we just figured out here on today's show. The Borders are Tom Homan. Sir, good to have you on. Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you.
You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmidt tonight on Newsmax.